This is what we are getting in World of Tanks. Why? And with that, I welcome you to my preview of the BZ176 and the whole new Chinese heavy line. Because yes, we are getting a new Chinese heavy line, which is starting from the Type 58 onwards to the BZ58, to the BZ166, then we go to the BZ68, and then on tier 10 we're going to get the BZ75. By the way, I don't understand why it's called BZ, because as far as I know, every type of tank in China which is being built and is being a prototype was called WC, like the WC-120, but apparently now it's BZ, maybe because it was never built, probably is a napkin tank, I don't know. But in any case, all of those tanks are going to have this new and actually real mechanic. Here you can see a T-55 using it, because Russia at least experimented with the idea of putting rockets on tanks to make them go faster over things like mud or even water, and just trying to help their cross-path capabilities. They also made a PT-76 with jet engines, which looks kind of cool, like literally James Bond level of flaps going up and you have a jet engine and it goes faster, whoop whoop. We're going to get that in World of Tanks. So the basic idea is, at the beginning of the game, you need to wait 5 seconds until you can use one of your Chinese rocket bursts. At the moment, they're working like this, that you activate them and then you have 10 seconds of better horsepower per ton ratio, higher top speed, much worse reverse speed, because obviously you have rockets pushing you, and then you also have worse rotational speed of your hull. You have rockets which are pushing you. And after that, you have to wait for 5 seconds until you can use another 10-second burst. The thing is, you have a limited amount of resources. You can only do that at the moment 4 times. And then it's nada, niente, it's done for. And the basic idea of this is that if you want to get into a position quicker, you use that boost. Take, for example, Malinovka, you want to go onto the hill. Very important. Hey, you want to go on Himmelsdorf on top of the hill. Very important, because those tanks are going to have pretty good armor for whatever reason ever. Frontally, we will see it with the tier 8 premium, which we're going to review in just a sec. And we're also going to have really good side armor and apparently very good gun depression, because that's what we needed after the Vipera and the Minotauro and the Contracarro and the Kranvan. We need more hold down tanks. Rejoice! In any case, that is the basic idea. Heavy assault vehicles which are very slow, but they have a short boost if they want to get into quick positions or get out of harm's way, or if they want to ram somebody, with great armor in the front, great armor in the side, and great gun depression. And they also have massive guns. The smallest ones, or the small large caliber guns, you can decide between 2, so we have a little bit of a Type 5 heavy situation. The smaller ones will be between 122 to 152 millimeters, while the large caliber ones will start at 160 and go all the way up to 180, which are most likely just HE guns. With that out of the way, let's start with the BZ176. The BZ176 will be the first tank of this line, being the premium obviously, and its firepower is already pretty massive. It is a 160mm cannon, or rather howitzer, because it only shoots HE. It starts off with 1100 damage on its standard HE rounds and 800 on the HESH rounds. The standard penetration is 75 and the premium 225mm. Again, both HE rounds. It's also important to point out the standard HE travels 360 meters per second, while the premium 760. So again, you are a dumbo for not paying for using the better round. You have 25 seconds of reload time, 3 seconds of aiming time, and 0.3 meters accuracy. And you have accuracy levels on the move of 0.2 across the board, while compared to the Taliban, or Caliban rather, it has 0.2 during turret traverse and 0.38 during hull traverse. So again, the BZ176 is a lot better in that regard. Adding to that, the BZ176 also has 11 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of gun elevation, and if it wouldn't be a god dang HE gun, it might actually be enjoyable to use. Because especially the soft stats, they're not that useless, you know. They're not that bad. They are workable. But then again, it's an HE gun, so it's a resident sleeper snoozer over there. Again, a pity that Wargaming doesn't want to take the time and actually make 2 guns for this premium. Same with the Skoda T56, for example. Whatever. Hey, that way they can do another Chinese, or rather weird premium tank without any effort and call it the ZB167 and give it a normal gun like they did with the Caliban and the Gonzalo. Oh, amazing! Now let's go back to the mobility. Top speed 30 kph and 15 in reverse. That is pretty good. If you're now using the jet boost, which Wargaming is calling it, you have 39 kph top speed and only 2 kph in reverse. The horsepower per ton ratio is 10.5 and apparently it's not changing. Like, it should be changing when you're using the jet booster, but we don't have those values just yet. And the whole traverse and third traverse speed is 29 degrees per second, which is okay. And again, you have, in this case of the tank, you have 4 charges, which are 10 seconds each, and you need 5 seconds until it is recharged. Lastly, let's talk about the armor. The tank comes out with 1550 hit points, which is pretty decent. Has a crew of 4, being a commander, a gunner, a driver, and radio operator. So those are apparently auto-loaded. Interesting to see which one is going to be the loader as well. And yeah, armor. This apparently is 240 millimeters and this is 250 millimeters. Side armor 152 millimeters and rear armor 60 millimeters. So yes, lads, we did it. Amazing, absolutely wonderful. We're going to get another hull down monster. Woo! Great job, Wargaming. Obviously, it is a little bit hard to completely judge how overpowered this thing be because A, it actually has a cupola. Look at that. It is a cupola, something that Vipera wishes to have. So it would be like the cool kids, but it isn't because it's stupid. However, one thing I also want to point out, when we notice that this is a 250 millimeter armor plate here, this roof looks very small, like my wiener. Maybe 20, 30, 40 millimeters thick. I might even guess it's 20 or 30 millimeters. So yes, that will be a fun tank when it is on a flat surface that basically everybody is going to have overmatch. And if it's going to be hull down, can have its cupola, it's going to be impenetrable. Because as you can see, not only is this shaped so like this a little bit, it's also slanted upwards, you know. So this is going to have pretty tough frontal turret armor in my opinion. And again, don't forget that's 250 millimeters. So 215 effective with the angles, most likely going to be around, I don't know, 280, 300 millimeters. Amazing. And it should be able to side scrape. 152 millimeters of side armor. Hull wise, we have another picture which is showing a little bit better. We will have a pretty big upper lower plate and the lower plate. I assume this is the 240 millimeter armor plate. This one, I don't know, maybe 150 millimeters, who knows. And down low we are going to be actually have a weak spot. And it's actually going to be bigger than the one we have on the Vipera. Yay! But I don't know, maybe the gun mantlet is a weak spot, who knows. I can't also get over how impressively ugly that thing is. Like, what is going on? Why is the turret not straight? Why is it cut over there? That's like wasted space. Literally, look at the current Chinese tanks. They roughly have the whole form of this, but it's more like normally this, not like this. But their turrets, they also have this pike nose thingy, but they are flat in the back, not. I don't know. It's so ugly. Like, jeez. Also, it has 4 tracks for some reason, which I don't understand. It has 4 tracks. Also, it looks like squished. So weird. But yeah, this in the back will be 60 millimeters thick. You might even be able to see the plate here. Maybe this is like 30 millimeters, so it's not that strong. I don't know, like, again, the idea of those tanks is heavy breakthrough vehicles which are able to side scrape. Hooray. So they basically can do everything, but they're going to have trash guns. Who knows? I will be very interesting to see how thick the roof will be, because it's like, if this is 60 millimeters, this is no way 60. It's probably like 30 or even 20 millimeters. And That's going to be frustrating again for the BZ driver. It means that if you're on a flat surface, you're going to get cucked by basically everything. Also, RD is going to shit on your roof very easily. Other than that, I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. In any case, I don't understand why we are getting a most likely completely fake tree. I don't understand why we need to have a new mechanic. Why is this a point? Why does it need to be? Like, are we as a gamer society for World of Tanks this obsessed with tanks having to be unique that we cannot go without a new mechanic? Apparently that is what Wargaming thinks, and it's actually kind of sad. It's like, why? You know, genuinely, why? You might have seen the video, a lot of you did, because it's my most watched videos in the last 10 videos, about the Romanian heavy tank tree. This is actually based in reality, and if I'm not mistaken, the top 3 tanks have been built. Yeah, tier 5 to tier 7 are a little bit of oddballs, but the top tanks have been built. And they could come to World of Tanks. They might even have the same gameplay as these. Just that they don't have big fat guns, but they have small wiener guns. But now we get this. With an unnecessary mechanic. Literally we're turning into World of Warships or an MMORPG. Like Warcraft, where everybody needs to have a special ability. Like, I don't know. It's annoying. It's genuinely annoying. And it's literally, I'm a salt dispenser. Like, you see me World of Tanks streaming, I'm a salt dispenser. But this literally feels like Wargaming is PJ salting salt into our wounds, which the new Italian heavy tank, TD line, not heavy tank line, TD line, as well as the Kran one, has put into our wounds. It's just like more salt. It just hurts even more because we do not like a complete hull down meta with basically no weak spots. And now we assume we also get another new hull down tank with 11 degrees of gun depression and potentially a small cupola, maybe even 2, who knows, and I don't know, a 30mm roof or even 45, who knows. I don't know, Wargaming can do whatever they want with that roof and we are going to suffer from it. If it's 30mm, everybody will hate this tank to play, and if it's in hull down, it's being a god, and if you play it, you get penned on the roof anyway, so it's frustrating. Art is going to shut on you, it's frustrating. And it's going to be frustrating against enemies to play this. Oh, by the way, have fun playing against this when you are a low tier vehicle. At tier 6. That will be fun. 800 damage in the face. Ow. Oh, that was fun. I have been one-shot. Oh, no, never mind. Either I will one-shot or 90% of my HP have been vanished. Oh, now I've been one-shot. That was fun. I don't understand it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. I'm definitely not happy with those types of tanks. And obviously also let Wargaming know with the help of their forums and Google forums what you think about this tank line's idea and the premium tank itself. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.